Good morning, welcome back. It is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, of course. I don't have a prediction for tonight's game, but drop down below who you may think is going to win tonight. My understanding is teams are pretty equal, and I don't know if I'll even stay up and watch it because my alarm for work goes off at 4:50 in the morning. So I may just have to, you know, tap out early and just see who won when I open my phone in the morning. So anyway, with that being said, today is a combo video. We're going to title it Flea Market Finds because most of the items I picked up yesterday or the last couple days have been from flea markets. But we also got a couple retail items and one mail day item. But like I say, I'm just going to group it all in as flea market finds, as that's what a majority of the day and these items are. So one of the stops we made yesterday was at a Walmart, not near me, because I knew they would actually have cards. I was able to pick up 3 more of the 2023 Panini Donruss Racing Blasters Fat Packs. So we'll be ripping in those really soon. That was the lone retail find that I had. The lone mail day item that I have is a 1988 Max PSA 10. Picked this up on eBay. Seen it at a reasonable price. Would have liked to pay a little bit less for it. But if you go on eBay right now and you type in Max PSA 10, everything is a ridiculous price. So anytime I see something that I need for my set, I don't know, about 20% of the way done with the base set of this. I'll snag it up because I want to do a PSA 10 set. But this is from 1987, this picture. I want to say it's from Charlotte, but I'd have to go back and really look at the races. It'd have to be a super speedway race because of these 2 cars right here. Those 2 guys didn't run short tracks. So you have Rick Wilson, Sterling Marlin, Greg Sachs, Bobby Hillin, Lake Speed, Benny Parsons, Alan Quickie, and Richard Petty. And how many of those guys? Those 3 guys are gone. These guys are all still with us, but they're getting up there in age. I know Rick is a county commissioner down in Florida. Sterling just kind of lives on his farm, struggling right now with Parkinson's disease. Haven't heard much from Greg Sachs in many, many years, so don't know what he's up to. Bobby Hillin runs a company down in Texas, Lake Speed. If you've seen, a lot of people on Facebook and Twitter have been posting, he's been putting these little letters apparently in the TTMs that he's done signing mail because he's 76 years old and he spends all this time and wants to be with his family and he's not retired and da-da-da-da. So nonetheless, I think it's a pretty cool little addition. Like I said, I paid a little bit more than I wanted to for that one, but I was like, okay, it is what it is. So anyway, moving on, the only non-racing piece that I have here was at this flea market up in Marion, Indiana, and 1998 Pinnacle Baseball have these cans that, and these are unopened. So I picked up a few of these. I may open a few. I may hold on to a couple. I don't know. I like how they do the nutrition label, the faux nutrition label, and then it has like the team and the only baseball card in a can. So I got a Ken Griffey Jr., and these next 2 are Cal Ripken Jr., and as I was looking these up to get a little bit more information about them, again, they just look like a normal... Matter of fact, the cashier asked me what these were. I mean, for all she knew, they could have been beans or corn or whatever because it's in a sealed can. But apparently there is a gold edition of these cans too. So I seen that they had a Cal Ripken Jr. of that one as well. So it's identical labeling. It just, the can itself has a gold tint to it. The label has a gold tint to it. So I thought those were pretty cool. I picked up a couple extra, so I may open a few of these down the road. We'll just have to wait and see. Now this was super cool, and this may not fit on the screen, but you're familiar with the 1986 Sports Star Photographics cards. Well, a lot of people don't realize that there's also a sticker set and a placemat set that goes along with that. So anyway, I seen a placemat there, and I was like, okay, seen the price on it. It's like, maybe a little bit high, but I'll take it, and went back and bought it. And then when I got looking at it later, actually got a really good deal on it. But it is the Kyle Petty one. And of course, this picture of Kyle is from 1982. You can see the Petty rig there in the upper right. His race car, which is the paint scheme Richard would later go on to use there. And then a picture of Kyle. And then the back of it's pretty cool, as it's got some information here about Kyle. And then this really cool picture of Richard, Lee, and Maurice, which I thought was super cool. The picture was taken the same year Kyle was born. And those placemats are supposed to be laminated. That's how they were designed. I got a really good deal on this album of racing cards, and I'm not going to be able to flip through this. And it looks like people tried to put together some sets, and I went through, and it's got Viper, it's got Predator, it's got that 98 SP or 97, I can't remember what year that is. The ones with the flags. This set I'm not even going to attempt to put together because that's just going to be too much to chase down. Then it has some Flea Ultra. And some of these sets, I'm going to go through them, review them real close, see how close they are to being completed, if I think I can complete them. Got 96 VIP, which I know I can complete that one. I've got plenty of those. Then some 99 Premium. But this is all base that's left in here. So I'm going to go through and see what's left. I pulled out the inserts and parallels, which I'm going to do a separate video on those later this week. And I think you'll really like what I find in there. There was no hits, what you'd call hits of today, like numbers or ratios or autos. But there's some really cool inserts, and some are a little hard to find. So I was happy with that pickup. And I've got 7 die-cast cars here. A few of these I've had on the show before, and a few that I haven't. So we're going to start with a 1997 edition, and these are all Racing Champions 1/64 scale. We've got a Joe Bessie. This is a Busch Series car. Power Team. Of course, Power Team is Pico Energy, based out of the Philadelphia area. And I think his wife was a corporate person in there, and that's how that sponsorship came about. Still has the Hills price tag on it for $1.97, which seemed to be the going retail amount for these products. Up next, we got a 1996 Preview. This one's Ricky Craven, Busch Series car. Self-owned Busch Series car. Never noticed that before, where it said DuPont Teflon fabric protector on the hood. And then Krytox. I remember when they had Krytox on the car. But 1996 Ricky Craven, 1996 Preview Ricky Craven. From 1998, we're going to stay in the Busch Series. Most of these, all but 2 are Busch Series drivers. Or Busch Series cars. 1998 Kevin LePage. This was the Doug Taylor Motorsports Channel Lock car, number 40. Of course, that Channel Lock sponsorship bounced around a lot in the Busch Series. It was on Steve Grissom's car. It was on Phil Parsons' car. I can't remember. There's a lot of drivers that carried it, because after it left the 31 team, yeah, I can't remember. It just bounced all over. I know Kerry Earnhardt, I think Kerry drove that car briefly. And then speaking of Phil Parsons, 1998 Busch Series, the Duralube. This was the self-owned car, Phil Parsons Racing. Of course, he would go on to have Alltel as a sponsor. A couple other sponsors when he would drive that car as well. Always ran pretty good in that car. We'll go to a couple Cup drivers here. Another 96 Preview. Lake Speed. This would be the second year that he'd have Spam sponsorship. Also have Melling, the car owner, engine parts, oil pumps, etc. But Spam and Melling on the 9 car for Lake Speed. From 1997, driving for Junie Donlevy, Dick Trickle. Always like this paint scheme. I think that teal looks good. And as far as I know, Heilig Myers has closed down. There used to be a couple of them near me, and they've been closed down for years and reconverted into different stores. And then our final item today, and we seen the gold 1/24 scale car of this one the other day, and I said these are a little bit hard to find, and now I'm starting to find them. 1998 Busch Series Matt Kenseth, the Lycos car. I got a little bit of work to do here on the they had a Walmart price tag on there, so I got a little bit of work to do, but that is still super cool finding this car. because I never seen this. The only time, and I've mentioned this, the only time I'd ever seen that car prior to really looking for it in the last, or finding it, not looking for it, just finding it in the last few years in flea markets. The only time I ever seen that car was at the track, at trailers. And usually the vendors wanted $20, $25 for it, because I don't think it was released immediately like when this one would have been released. I think they were waves of them, or maybe those were like vendor or dealer exclusives. I don't know the whole story, because this car, if you go back and you look at 1998 Busch Series, this was the paint job Phil started a year with and ran the whole year. Matt ran the first 3 or 4 races without this paint scheme. It was totally different. As a matter of fact, it had a couple races without Lycos, I think. So that paint scheme didn't come about till the 3rd, 4th, 5th race of the season. So there's a good chance that this production of the Lycos car is going to be a little bit less and a little bit more difficult to find. But that has been Flea Market Finds for this Sunday. Like I said, we do have this stack of cards that we want to go through here later this week. Of course, tomorrow will be Mailbag Monday. Look forward to doing that. And I think that's about all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's what you're going to watch tonight. Like I say, I may catch part of it, but I will be in bed long before it's over with. So anyway, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.